In recent past, Benue State, north central Nigeria, was in the eye of the storm of insecurity. But it appears the security situation is improving. The state governor, Governor Samuel Yotom, will join us to discuss insecurity in Nigeria and political issues that will shape the 2023 general election. It was so bad at a point in time, Jide, in Benue State, but we thank God. Thank God that respite.
We will be able to know whether indeed things have significantly improved, because I still read about killings in Benue. I still read about killings, displacement of farmers, and the number of IDPs in Benue must be among the highest in Nigeria, because people get displaced routinely by herders who are eyeing their land. So I guess in the fullness of time, the governor will be able to give us the true situation as per security in the state.
Chicken, at least what have you been reading about Benue State?
Well, of late, not as much as it used to be. And personally, I feel that that anti-grazing law that was passed by the Benue State House of Assembly, which was signed into law by the governor, must have been able to do a lot of good, sincerely, because before then, it was like on a daily basis, people are being killed, instances where over 20 people, 30 people are being given mass burial in Benue State. People going to their farm and they cannot even go to their farm. People walk on the road. It became so bad that at a point we were so sure that the food security, don't forget that Benue State is the food basket of Nigeria. At a point we look at it that food security, as far as Nigeria is concerned, was going to be affected. Though it hasn't, because Benue used to produce the best of yams. Jide knows that very well. Benue used to produce
I think they call it the food basket of
best. That's what's the basket, the food basket of the yes. But Ayo, today, I can tell you yes, I can tell you for today that a tuber of yam go for nothing less than about 2,000-3,000 naira now.
No, tuber, even 4,000. Depends on the size.
It depends on the size. Tuber of yam. That you ask yourself.
Some 12, 13 years ago, when my late uncle used to prophesize about this, as in late Reverend Sadela, that there will be a time we buy a tuber of yam for 1,000 naira.
Let me give you a class.
So in my lifetime now,
let me give you a class. Let me give you a classical example. When I was living in Abuja, I make sure that most of them I hardly fly. So I prefer when road was road, not now. Then. What I used to do when I'm driving I purposely make sure that I drive from Abuja to Lagos. You get to a place before Lokoja, you see those heap of yams, Benue yams. You can buy 4,000. That 4,000 you're talking about. To a large extent, your boot will be filled to the brim.
Yes, everything.
I'm telling you.
You can't buy 4,000.
There's that way you can buy 4,000 to buy 2,000 of yam and keep in that. It was a V-boot in those days. It will fill up. You'll be looking for spaces. And you come to Lagos, in fact, instead of giving people money, my mother, I will take about 3 tubers to my mom, I will give my brothers, and everybody will be happy. That same money now, Ayo, can buy 1 tuber. That is part of the problem.
Nigerians have now resorted to
the cost. You know that have you gone to market of research where they slice it? It is the first time in my life I saw things like that.
You can't buy it tuber anymore.
You cannot see it. I went to Ojota
People
market.
People want to eat it, but a lot of them can't afford it.
They can't afford it. They cut yam now.
The solution is to slice it to like 4 or 5.
This is part of. So maybe when the governor comes up, he'll be able to. But I think a lot of things have improved. But the problem happening now, threats in Nasarawa, threats in Niger State, and they say there's no way to have a spillover in Benue State. So we might just be back to square one where we are, except we do the right footing by making sure that we curb this rate of insecurity that is practically taking over the land now.
But this governor has been very, very vocal about the insecurity in his land, and a lot of people feel that, because he has moved to PDP, that's why he has been shouting about insecurity. And sometimes when the presidential handlers, when they even reply him, you see the tone they reply him and everything. Do you think he has taken it, over the board?
No, I think that before he left the party, he was complaining. before he left the party. It would be unfair and disingenuous for people to give the feeling that, oh, this whole thing began after he left the APC. If your people are being killed, they expect that you as governor must do something to stop it. You know? And once you cannot stop it, you lose relevance, you lose respect before your people. So he was really worried. And at a point, I was told that whenever the governor went to complain, that they would tell him, look, why are you always coming here to cry? Go and find a solution. And then he came up with the ban on open grazing.
Yeah.
The same people who said he should find a solution were the ones who also opposed him, that why should he do open grazing? Even within his party, they made moves to resist the open grazing thing. So it's just unfortunate that many parts of our country have been turned to killing fields. And Benue is such a beautiful place, gifted in terms of arable land, that our country should be happy to see peace. Peace all around, all over Benue State, because Nigeria will benefit a lot on that. We are talking about food insecurity. If we can keep Benue and Taraba especially busy with food production, honestly, we don't have any problem.
So will you say, but I think it's just a random thing. There's no deliberate attempt to face, people from Benue, as in when you look at the spate of insecurity across the country.
Well, there have been instances, there have been communal clashes in Benue. But the greatest problem Benue have had of recent is the issue of what I would call their local Omonile and outsiders, who are mostly herders. Herders coming from other parts of, coming from outside the state to come and destroy crops, and when they try to resist it, they get killed. There was a time that Benue State government went as far as trying to get a vigilante group in place and said that they're going to give them guns and local guns and the rest of them. Security agent, it was a big, yes, there was a big fight about that. Security agencies didn't like that. They got most of them disarmed, some were arrested, and the rest of them. And the governor had continued to cry. So, as Jide rightly said, it wasn't when he moved to PDP. Even when you can remember that there was a time that Benue was attacked while he was still in APC. It was PDP governors that went to visit him. If you remember vividly well, that went to visit him. And yes, it was in the course of that they tried as much as possible to tell him that we are in solidarity with you, and that he has no moved. But the issue as it were, and as I continue to say, is that there must be some level of improvement. But don't forget the fact that most of these attacks are not reported. Most of these attacks, what we might be having now is that most of these attacks has not been reported. In as much as we try as much to say that, yes, things have improved, the governor on a daily basis is still crying. He's still talking about issue of insecurity. And whether we like it or not, insecurity is going to play a major role in the 2023 election. Ayo. Whether we don't want to discuss it, if we just feel that it's something we can just go over, it's not something we can go over. Because one of the basic reasons why this present government was elected in 2015 was because of the promise that we feel that the president, as it were, being a former army general, can be able to handle issue much better than the former president.
Bloody civilian.
But, yeah, bloody civilian, according to the bloody civilian. But what we have now, in as much as the government is trying to say that we are safer than we were in 2015, but when we look at ourselves eyeball to eyeball, are we truly safer than we were in 2015? Yeah. Everybody knows that.
It's going to, because for a state like Benue, you are going to have food scarcity, as in the food basket of the country. And if you start having insecurity around it and some other state like that, like Taraba, is that the reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing now?
No, In the north central, we have our food belt. In the northwest, we have our food production belt. In the northeast, we have food production belts. Even in the southwest, we have our major food production belts. Now, all of these food production belts are affected by insecurity. When you go to the northwest, the major food production belts, from Kaduna, that Zaria area, right up to Katsina, the bulk of the northwest, including Kano, apart from Kano that is safe, Kano and Jigawa, relatively safe.
Okay.
The bulk of them
Jide, let me hold
have
you on there.
issues.